Hello everybody, this is the monthly trend scan of the futures market. So for the month of August, and we're coming from the higher time frames, these lower time frames with a special focus on those. So let's have a look at the US equities. Well, we had this recent sell-off, right? This beginning of last week. This is what we see here. This was the sell-off, very powerful, sell-off. That's the strength of the bears, but they could not get beyond the 200 moving average, right? They couldn't, well, only with the wick. The bar closes were all above, so that's a bullish sign. Well, this sell-off basically came from a Friday and Monday crash of the Nikkei index, and that basically triggered into other markets, and that's what we see here in the US markets, right? Now, in order to get an idea, well, we already see it. It did not really, I mean, it tested this low, it tested this low, it didn't break this low, right? In order to get an idea how strong the bears are, we have to look at the higher time frames. And here what we see is on the weekly, well, this is a test of the 21, and what we see here, this is the new bar coming up. So what we see here last week was a rejection bar. So the bears could not produce a bar close, right? Only a wick beyond the 21 moving average. So from, well, not knowing what happened on this day, on these 2 days, that's a healthy pullback. That's a strong test of the 21, which is absolutely fine. We've got a rejection bar. That's a bullish bar. Now on the monthly, we don't see anything. It pulls back to the 8, right? And so overall, it was still very bullish. This is a test of the strong test of the 21 on the weekly, and it's a test of the 200 on the daily. And now this could be seen as an S2 turtle pattern. Well, unfortunately, we have left the box, right? But still, I would like to observe it, and should it break to a new high, well, I accept that as a completed turtle pattern. So it's still bullish overall. The S looks very similar. Let's have a look at Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq, well, same. It has had a strong sell-off as well into the 200 moving average. It has just tested the last low, right? Well, down to the tick basically. It tested the last low as well. This goes for a test of the 21. This goes for a test of the 8, and it tested the last high, the last very important high. So after it had broken through resistance, or resistance becomes support, now it's testing support. So that's a very healthy pullback. Let's have a look back here on the YM once more. Where did it go to? Here on the monthly, well, it's the same thing, right? It tests the support level, the breakout level. So US equities still bullish, but as we have sold off so heavily, well, now the bulls have to work their way above the 200. 200 is resistance, right? The 200 is here as well, and the 60. So they have to work their way up. They have support from the 200, and there's resistance from the 200, and it might bounce off here and there, but it looks rather bullish than bearish, because the bulls have shown strength right during this strong sell-off. Now let's have a look at the metals. The metals as well, it looks bullish, right? We know these higher time frame charts. That's a bit scary, right? Here on the monthly, that we have these rejection wicks on the top. This is why it takes a little bit of more time, right? We were overextended. We had these rejection wicks, and that shows the strength of the bears. The bulls tried to produce big green bars. Well, they were not able to for 2 months in a row, right? And then there's a doji bar. So last month was a bullish bar. So let's see how August goes. Basically, these row of bars produces a pattern, and this pattern is what we see here. We're in a range, right? And this range, well, we see higher lows. So this is bullish as well, right? This was the lowest low here. Now that's a higher low. That's a high low with a wick. Again, this is more bullish than this one. Now it looks like, yeah, it wants to test or attack the level up here. This is the range. So as we break out of this range, well, that would be a very bullish signal, right? This is a turtle type of pattern. Well, this is the lowest low. The right side of the S2 is not yet balanced, so we still miss here maybe 2 weeks, like 10 daily bars. Let's see how that unfolds. So that might take longer to develop and complete an S2 pattern, but overall it's nice bullish. This is basically one huge stop run level, right? So should that break higher, well then basically we're looking for the stop run move we haven't seen yet above this level. A big green bar. That's a quarterly. Bar. So this bar is still ongoing, still developing. So we could see this grow quite big, right? So 2,700, for example, if we break out of this range. So this range is the most important now to watch. Let's have a look at silver. Well, silver shows more weakness, right? But this is an S1 pattern, and this is a test bar, and it has found support at the 200. Again, here it's testing 21. Well, we are more range bound here, but range bound within a pattern, right? Within an S1 pattern. So there's a lot of energy stored within an oval S1. So we are oval sideways, right, on these time frames, and should we re-break here, and then we should actually break out of the gold consolidation pattern at the same time, well, that would be a bullish signal. So it looks quite good. There was some weakness. It looks quite bullish overall. Now let's have a look at copper. Copper did really well, but it was not able to break this very long term, like more than what's a 20-year consolidation pattern, right? It was not able to break it, which is not unusual, right? We got a rejection bar on a quarterly on this quarterly candle. So now we're coming back to support. Still, it's bullish, right? Overall bullish only because this is a quarterly pattern where it might take a bit more time for the monthly chart, right? It might go sideways for a good couple of months here with copper, but overall very bullish. Now let's have a look at into energies, crude, and then we're going to look at natural gas. So crude, same picture. We are here. We are at the magnet level, the 200 magnet level. We can actually nicely see here how the volatility, how the bars are getting smaller and smaller. Here they were quite big, down a little bit smaller than these, right? And now we're basically getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And these are the doji type of bars. That basically well, once the volatility has contracted to the absolutely minimum, well, then what we expect is a volatility expansion, and it typically goes right in trend direction. That's a trend. That's a bullish pattern. This is a momentum move. This is a consolidation. Well, the next move should be up into this price range. This is stop run level. This is a stop run level. So it looks like crude oil. I mean, we are in this commodity super cycle. All commodities should go up, including crude. So crude should gain a lot more in value over the coming years. Here it's in a range, right? Due to the 200 moving average and the prior price action here. It needs just time to accumulate the energy and then to break away from the 200 and to break through this price consolidation. Now let's have a look at natural gas. It's a symbol I'm waiting to turn around bullish, right? To join all other symbols into the commodity super cycle. We're not there yet. There was an S1 pattern short back then. It has made a move and now it's going slower, lower and lower, but we don't see a lot of momentum. This is why I'm not a big fan of trading natural gas short, because we do not see a lot of momentum. I rather see that we're going to turn around, but who knows? There might be a final sell-off, right? A big red bar of that type, and then we might turn around. Let's see natural gas what it's going to do. So a quick look at the US dollar index, the DX future. So the DX future, we had important points here, markers in the chart. This was the Corona spike, right? March 2020. These were the midterm US elections, the high year. Since then it has pulled down, but it's basically looking at the monthly. Well, that's a healthy uptrend. It's bouncing off to 21 and basically making higher highs, and now it's setting here this price level. So now if this price level breaks higher, well, still coming back to 21, right? Support. So it's price is basically squeezed between this price level and the moving averages, 21, and here the 8. Well, should it break out this price level, well then we might get a stop run move, right? Beyond this stop run level. So that's in the cards. Overall, on the quarterly chart, that looks rather bearish. So strong. Weak for the dollar. So this could just be a move higher and then crash down and re-break this bearish S1 pattern, right? This is a test bar. This is another test bar. So it's fulfilled, but we see a bullish rising together with the moving averages. So the market will tell us, and the patterns tell the story.